All right, we're checking out another video. This one's a bit older, but it has a really good title, so I want to see.
A rally of the UAW workers in Michigan. This happened on Tuesday as the strike moves into its 13th day today. And now Tesla CEO Elon Musk weighing in on what's taking place in Detroit, criticizing workers' demands as a, quote, sure way to drive GM, Ford, and Chrysler bankrupt in the fast lane. For a closer look at that fast lane, let's bring in Walter Isaacson. He's always in the fast lane. Nice to see you, sir.
Good to see you again.
Author, of course, of the new book, Elon Musk. That's the name of the book. He is Walter Isaacson. We should also say he's an advisory partner at Perla Weinberg, professor at Tulane University, and a CNBC contributor. And I believe the book is #1 on the New York Times bestseller list.
Not because of me, but because of the interest in Musk.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So let's talk about this. Do you believe, or I guess what do you believe, A, is the right answer for the UAW and the automakers, and do you think Elon's right?
I think this is not just about the wages right now. It's about the fast move we're doing to electrification, EVs. And that changes everything. If you're building an EV, it's at least 30% and will soon be 50% less time on the assembly line, less work to be done. Likewise, the batteries aren't unionized. So as you make this transition to electric vehicles, it's very disruptive. For Musk, he's trying to bring out a $25,000 global car, compete with BYD. He's going to do it both in northern Mexico, but in Austin, this new line. And I think if the legacy automakers don't figure out how to make this transition, that's what the strike's about, is figuring that out.
So when you
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's another factor of the strikes, because if they go, the world is going fully electric, right? Like that's inevitable. Electric vehicles, renewable energies. It's cheaper than coal now to build renewable energy plants. So the world is moving in that direction. And if they do with the automakers, there's way less parts. Like he said, it's 30% faster, soon to be 50% faster to get the car from nothing to built, to get it out of the line. So there'll be less workers, more automation. So there'll be less jobs, and there's less maintenance on the cars. So the auto shops are going to take a hit as well. Ford and GM and Stellantis' service centers are going to take a hit. So it's just going to be a shrinking of the market, of the auto market, in terms of workers. So that's a huge impact as well. And the UAW don't want that. They want as many workers as possible, paying those union dues to keep the whole thing going. So that's another aspect. Good point.
See President Biden standing with the UAW workers. Do you say that's right, that's wrong, given where we are? I mean, I think there's two issues here. We're at a time where he's pushing EVs, which makes this all that more difficult. At the same time that he's saying we want to be a country where everything is manufactured here. BYD, what do they pay, $7 an hour? Right?
Yeah, and the UAW is now, what, $65 an hour, so $110,000 a year, which would go way up.
$7 an hour?
This is a complex thing that you all debate
and UAW
all the time
is
here. But if you can do $7 an hour in China and $65, $70,
damn,
that's going to be a problem. Likewise, automation is going to be a problem. Likewise, electrification is being a problem. So in some ways, it's a bit like, King Canute railing against the tides. You got to figure out where the tides are going to hit.
And then how concerned do you think, and maybe this is true of Tesla or Rivian or some of the other automakers, there is a knock-on effect, which is to say that even though those are companies that don't have unions, that if, in fact, these unions capture much higher prices, it does press the price higher everywhere else.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
A Tesla worker may make $45 an hour, but they get stock options. And that's confusing if the stock's at, 100, then 400, then 250.
And there was a period of time where clearly Tesla workers, even though they weren't unionized, were getting paid much more, frankly, than the unionized workers were at GM. Having said that, there's a period of time where the stock was at a different place where it is today.
Yeah, I think there was a period of time where a worker at a Tesla plant was making more than you because the stock was...
No, not
more than Jeff.
Yeah, more than me.
But that's a complicated thing. Do you want stock options? And Musk got in trouble at one point when they're trying to unionize a plant, and the Fremont plant. He said, but you might lose your stock options, and that was considered unfair labor practice. I think that your initial question is, yes, it's going to put pressure on Tesla, Rivian, and everybody else. If there's a significant wage increase for the UAW workers, then there's going to have to be that for the Tesla workers, even if they're getting stock options.
Could they ever unionize?
So stock options is great. I think that's a great way to incentivize employees to make the company better, to see, you know, if there's any issues or anything to kind of work to make it better. Like with my YouTube channel, there's no union here. It's just me. If I have a bunch of YouTube channels, if I have an idea, I can put it forward to make the YouTube channel grow, get more subscribers, get more patrons. It's up to me to make it better. And there's no coasting. There's no just like, I'm just going to chill and I'm going to get a steady paycheck. No, because if they're incentivized with stock options, then they could push, they can make the company better. You know, it's just a way better system. The union workers don't have that. So I think, and Tesla has made a ton of those factory workers millionaires. So if you were one of the early people working at the company and you got stock options, you're a multimillionaire now. So I think that a lot of the Tesla employees don't want to go union because they'll lose those stock options. And even if they do and Fremont somehow becomes unionized, that's like the smallest factory out of all of them anyway. So what'll happen, one of my comments actually on this channel was saying he was a UAW, he retired from the UAW. He used to be one of the workers there. And he says he's seen this before. And if they get those higher wages and stuff, and if say that Fremont went union, all that would happen is that they would start shrinking that plant. Like they would have less employees. They would just, you know, make the plant basically disappear eventually. And then that would be gone. So it just would be, it's not good for the workers and it's not good for the company as well. So that's a really good point.
Unionize those plants too? I mean, that's
well, there was a big drive to unionize. No, I don't think any electric vehicle maker plants are unionized. I know no Tesla plants are. There was a big push to do it in California, and it failed on this vote. But there will be another push. I am absolutely sure that the UAW at some point will be trying to unionize electric vehicle plants.
They lose the whole.
But batteries, by the way, are not included generally in the UAW contract.
That's a big sticking point
and
right now.
And there's no engine to build in an electric vehicle.
Ford infuriated the UAW yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, when they said that new plant with China, they were just going to not build it, the plant there, because of these very issues. They were on the right. There are people. It's a project with China, so the China hawks are mad about it. The union is mad about it if it's not going to be unionized.
And by the way, the automakers are getting left behind. Like 90% of these new vehicle EVs are Tesla. Tesla sold more than 1 million, I think, in the first 6 or 7 months of this year. So it's leaving the older automakers behind. And with Ford once again saying, we're not sure we're in this business, we're not sure we're building batteries. Yeah. This is a larger mess that surrounds the UAW.
Damn, so that's crazy. So Ford was just like, because Ford is trying to build, GM is building a new plant, right, in conjunction with China, and then GM just agreed to have it unionized, that plant that they're building with China. Ford was doing a similar thing with a battery plant, and now they're saying we're just not going to build the plant. If you want to unionize that plant, we're just not going to build it, because then. That's pretty crazy that happened. Okay, let's keep going.
The mess could get even messier, and I understand there's an election coming up, and you'd like the working class, and Trump was going to go there anyway. Probably, I understand that, and I understand student loan forgiveness. There's things that you do. But one thing that I've always complained about with public unions, when a Democratic governor says we're going to get you a great contract, the governor is there to protect the taxpayers' interests and not to let the state get overwhelmed by pension costs, and not to promise the moon to the public employees that he's bargaining with. And then they usually contribute, the unions, to getting the same guy or gal reelected again. This is similar to me. If Biden is there saying, or President Biden is there saying, you need to get this deal. You need $40. If he bankrupts the big three, taxpayers are once again going to be bailing them out.
Well, God damn. So you know what he's saying here? Oh, it's so true. Oh my God. Okay, so the unions have been backing his I'm Canadian, so I don't I'm confused on the Democratic parties and stuff. But the unions have been backing his party for years, right? And it's like, so they've been basically, I don't know, not bribing, but what's it called? What's the other word? Lobbying, you know, his party for years, right? They've been paying into his election, and now he's backing them, saying support the unions. But then when they go bankrupt, the public has to pay. So, and he's supposed to be on the public side, right? He's the president. He's not supposed to take sides. But because he's getting lobbied, he's got to do what they say. And then it's just, oh man, it's just a mess of corruption here. Man, that's so messed up. Wow. Blatant corruption right here. He's going with supporting the UAW because they line their pockets when election time comes. And then who has to pick up the pieces when everything goes bankrupt? The public. So the taxpayers. So same thing happened before. GM and Ford went bankrupt, and the taxpayers had to pay to bail them out. And the similar thing is happening again. This is so backwards and so messed up. I can't believe that he brought that up on national television. I don't know what CNBC's political interest is. I don't know which side they're on, but man, that was pretty bold of him.
Was Musk's point, which is you'll bankrupt the big three. Now,
with the help of the guy who's supposed to be protecting the taxpayers of
I'm not,
I know you never do, but
with you and arguing this, but it is true that union workers and the workers are not keeping pace with the profits being made.
I understand
so
that, should the president be there arguing on the side of the workers when he's representing everybody?
Yeah,
he's representing.
Shoot, that's crazy.
You always punt when you could say something that's right in front of your face.
Biden is fighting for the people on the assembly line whose wages haven't caught up.
Who could end up losing their job because they bankrupt the companies.
And there are knock-on effects, and that's what Musk said. If you bankrupt the big three, as it happened to two out of the big three in the past, then BYD will come in with its cars. Tesla will be making a $25,000
I just don't think we can look away and not confront the real issues, Walter, because we could stop it from happening if we could actually do some good.
Damn, that's pretty crazy.
Auto workers spending
There's another one. All right. There's so much news, guys. This is nuts. But that was very interesting that he brought that up because it's true. It's completely true. And I'm glad I didn't miss it. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Yes, UAW lobbies with Biden. Biden supports them, and then this is going to get the companies to go bankrupt, and then the taxpayers have to pay to bail them out. It's so ridiculous. I'm sure, I don't know, if Trump was president, wouldn't he do the same thing? Actually, they supported Biden, so I don't know. I'm not political. I'm Canadian, right? I don't know what's going on over there. So let me know what your thoughts about this stuff is in the comment section. If you are American, what do you think of it? That's a great point that he brought up. So let me know your thoughts. I'm very curious. Hit that comment section, like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, guys. 95% of you guys that are continually watching my videos aren't subscribed. So hit that red button. That helps the channel out. Hit that like button that helps the channel out. And there's 30% of you guys are plus 65 on this channel, which is amazing. I've never seen that before. I run multiple channels. That's the first time ever. So guys, I need your support. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.